Hey guys, Chastity Snowden here with the FLA movement, and I was asked to do kind of an interview of sorts to answer a few questions by one of my former clients, Mike. And I'm going to do it in a video so that way you guys can hear the answers to the question. So the first question is, if someone asks you, is there an optimal diet that you suggest, what would be your response? And to be honest, I think the optimal diet is the one that works. I have used so many diets over the years personally myself. Meaning, right now I have recently done a ketogenic diet for personal reasons. In the past, I was a CrossFit athlete and I was a high carb diet. I've done paleo, I've done fruitarian, I've done, the Atkins diet, meaning there's a million different ways to put yourself in a deficit. And I think the best way is the one that works and the one that you like and the one that is sustainable to you. And to be honest, a quote unquote diet, if you're thinking of a diet of putting yourself in a deficit, should only be for a certain period of time. A diet, if you're thinking of like what you do for long term, should be something that's sustainable. So I think the best diet should be the one that you enjoy and the one that is puts as many nutrients in you as possible, and the one that brings about the results that you want and the best health. So what is the best piece of nutrition advice you can give? The best piece of nutritional advice I can give, I would say, is to find a plan that is sustainable and make sure that you're doing something that will create results over time versus results that is only for a time. Most people want results now versus results that allows them to have results forever. And I think that we should constantly be becoming, not be creating results for just the moment. I think that what we create should continue to grow. And so I think that if you learn something, you should continue to build upon it. So it's better to cultivate one habit at a time versus all the habits at once. What are your thoughts on the keto diet? Is it safe and healthy? Is it sustainable for a certain length of time or more of a cleanse? So I actually currently just went through the process of doing this for about 10 weeks. Moved myself into a really high fat diet. I had about 150 grams of fat a day from an average of probably 45 grams of fat per day, just to let you know the grams. And I went to a very, very high percentage. And my thoughts on it are, if it works to get you to your results, that it is definitely a good thing to do for a short period of time. I do not think it is a lifestyle that people should live in because it takes out all of the nutrients. For instance, I wasn't eating a lot of fruit or vegetables because my carbohydrate macronutrient was so low. And to be honest, the only thing that I've craved the entire time were fruits and vegetables. And I'm so excited to be moving out of that diet phase and moving. And actually, I wasn't in a deficit phase. I was in a surplus phase. I was just training my body to burn more fats, and it was for a health reason. So the ketogenic diet, is it safe and healthy? I think it is. I don't think that you necessarily should do it without a coach or without like a clinical setting. I think that is it sustainable for a certain length of time? I think maybe like 12, 15, maybe 16 weeks probably is the length of time. I was not in deep ketosis. I stayed in a light nutritional ketosis. I do think once you get into that, if you get into a keto flu feeling, working with a naturopath, I started to have that issue. And so she told me after about 2 to 3 days, if you start to hurt that long, to pull yourself out. So from a doctor's standpoint, I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be. My opinion is ask them. And she told me to pull out, so I did. I also have a dietitian on staff, so I always ask her opinion. I'm a nutrition coach and I stay in my lane. So I think it's safe and healthy for a short period of time, but not a lifestyle. To your knowledge, does consuming too much protein affect your health? I think too much is hard to determine. I think every single person's different. I think going from you should average your protein over for each person, it should be different. I don't think that giving a person a number is a good idea. I think when you create someone's plan, it should be averaged of whatever they're doing and then move into a goal for them, because whatever they're currently doing, their body is obviously sustaining, and then move them toward a new goal. Too much depends on the person. And I think too much eventually, because your kidneys and your liver and everything, you do have to process all of that, can be detrimental. And science shows that too much can hurt you over a long period of time. And again, when I meet with my personal clients, we always consult with our dietitian, because we want to make sure that our clients are taken care of. So as a nutrition coach, I always consult with the dietitian, and then we always refer back to people's doctors, especially if we have clients with kidney issues, things of that nature. We always ask the doctor what their protein allowance is. I have had clients with kidney issues, and their doctors set their numbers, and then we just hold them to that standard. When people say something has sugar, bad sugar in it, is there a difference between sugar and a carbohydrate sugar? In my opinion, food is not bad or good. Food is either food or not food. It's either a chemical or it's actually food that's going to go in your body, and your body's going to register it as like food. I think if you tell yourself that it is bad, quote unquote, then you're saying that you're bad. I think that's more of a mindset thing. Your body, when you take things in, determines what it is, meaning molecularly it's going to take it and it's going to break it down and use it, whether it's breaking it down into a molecule of sugar and using it that way. I don't think there's bad or good. I think that as far as sugar is carbohydrate. Like, that's just what it is. And it just is going to use it as a carbohydrate. And it's not whether it's bad or good. Sugar is carb. It's not bad or good. Like, a carb is sugar. And if it's, rice, or it's fruit, or it's potato, or it's, a jelly bean, it's still the same. It's not bad or good. Calorically, if you overeat jelly beans or if you overeat watermelon, you still are going to gain weight. It doesn't matter if it's bad or good. So it all matters. You just need to count and make sure you're within your allowance each day. I don't think it's bad or good. Now, obviously, if you're not eating all jelly beans, you're not going to get any nutrients. That's the problem. You're not going to get any vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients that you need. So we definitely want to steer you toward, if you're eating the carbohydrates and you're in your carbohydrates, we want to steer you toward plants for your carbohydrates, so you get nutrients as well to make yourself vibrant. So I don't think it's bad or good. Which is better, fresh vegetables or frozen, and why? So I believe that it's better to eat fresh. Here's why. Because you get those raw food enzymes. Because if you eat raw vegetables, you're going to get that live, raw, digestive enzyme, food enzyme. Frozen, most likely what you're going to do is cook it, heat it, and when we cook and heat food, we break it down, and we don't have the enzymes that makes it alive and keeps it wonderful for us to have it, break it down in our gut. And we need those digestive enzymes, those food enzymes, in order to keep the food alive and give us more energy and nutrients in our body, to make it simple. Are there any foods that you recommend that I stop eating completely? No. Because once you take it away from somebody, that's what they want every day. So I hope that helps. Have a good day.